going to be the team that has the time ticking on them, the clock, you know. They need to be able to force the game, get objectives, and just keep pressuring Alliance. Predictions again?
Yeah, I'm going in. I'm saying Alliance, Loda, aggressive, and yes.
Good luck with your predictions, Annie.
Yeah, last game was not so fruitful, but we'll have to see what's going to be going down here. Again, we are going to have a rotation in. Smoked up Xiao 8. Going to be trying to get a couple of eyes here. Might bump into Loda, but Loda can kind of deal with that. Hasn't really skilled up first, but we'll see what he's going to go for now. Are you anticipating Sven going just for that max cleave cleanup build?
Yeah, that's just the most efficient farming build. If you feel you can get away, and in most games that happens. Sometimes you see the players get 2 points in stun if they feel like they need another point to get a kill in the lane, they will do that. But otherwise you would just max the Great Cleave to just keep farming.
Alright, so what's the power peak of this going to be? Because obviously Terrorblade can kind of man up and push a bit quicker than the Sven, but...
way quicker than Sven.
Yeah.
Power peak would be like maybe... I expect probably the tower to, if everything goes according to plan, you're gonna get the offlane tower around minute like 6 to 8 minutes around that time. Like 3-10 minutes should be at least, at the very least, one tower, offlane tower. If anything more than that, it's gonna be bad for the Terrorblade team. So I expect the power peak to be when they got all the tier 1 towers from Alliance, maybe around minute 15, they get 2 to 3 towers and they get Roshan. That's going to be the time where they have the Slardar and they have the Aegis. They have the Blink Slardar, the Magtide, Aegis maybe on Terrorblade. And then they have to go press forward with their items and Aegis.
Alright, so lanes are going to get a little bit funky here. Bulldog obviously going to be playing up that lone druid, but taking up the mid, I mean, that might not be permanent, but I think they really want to force Tidehunter to go up against this lone druid.
This matchup is fine for Tidehunter in my opinion. I don't think Tidehunter would be too worried about this matchup. If anything, I would rather prefer to face Lone Druid than Axe, if you ask me, if I'm the Tide.
That's an early first Metamorphosis aggressive, already popping into the other form, and you know, this next wave, he's going to be able to apply a lot of pressure. There is going to be a TP in the
musical lanes so far.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be everyone beat-bopping everywhere.
Because Alliance wants to pressure, like they want to try lane and pressure the TV, and LGD expects that. They have all those wards around scouting their movements earlier, so they just wanted to dodge, and right now Alliance is just sending their supports back towards the bottom lane to deal with the Terrorblade.
Now it looks like we're going to have EGM going in, spraying out that little ignite onto Xiao 8. They follow up with the Stormhammer stun. Xiao 8, all he has is that sprint to get away, so we're going to have to take a lot of damage there. Now hits level 2 and is able to level up that stun. Meanwhile in the mid lane, just got Lone Druid getting some decent farm going in, maybe getting roared up, but that's not going to buy him all the time in the world. Maybe he's getting some decent farm here, and he's going to have levels for days.
I mean, I'm going to expect the Tide to just get a lot of farm in this lane. I don't think that Tide is going to get pressured by Lone Druid too much arrow. I hear an arrow somewhere, or just farming.
Yeah, he got the fixator.
The big creeps. It's going to be difficult for Mirana to roam and gank though, because mid lane Tide is not going to have Gush anytime soon, so it means that there's no setup. You have to land your arrows on your own. And bottom lane, right now, you see the Axe totally gone from the lane, just jungling. He get an Iron Talon? No, just normal jungling. But Banana is going to be around closely, trying to stealing his experience, getting towards his crucial level 2, so he has that lead.
And that's going to be Murana just again being a nuisance, but look at those spins coming out. Nice little RNG for him, but that does tick Banana over to level 2, and now has Leap if he wants to grab it up. Could be going for the early Starstorm if he needs to get a little more damage.
I'm not sure how much the Mirana can influence the game. It's very difficult for him to get kills with his arrow. It's not going to be easy. I'm having a hard time seeing him doing anything for his team right now. I'm not sure if he should go towards the top lane, because the only hero with a stun right now is Slardar, so if you talk about setup, Slardar can set up for the arrow. But it's going to be a long way towards top. Oh, he has a TP, so he can TP up there if he feels like he can get a kill there. But Sven and Olga are both heroes that are very tanky. It's very difficult to get a kill in that lane.
Yeah, Xiao 8's been pretty well controlled, only finding himself 7 last hits, but is going to be almost level 4. Compare that to Sven of equal levels, so they're not exactly shutting down the Slardar, he's still getting something out of the lane.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you look at Alliance right now, they have a hero using the jungle. And if you look at LGD, Mirana is the only one can be semi-using the jungle with the arrow. So Alliance is still being really efficient with their farm distribution right now, having a hero jungling and being able to, and even the Kotal right now, Arke is also jungling because he can't stay in the lane. So I think Alliance is pretty happy with the situation they're in right now. Everyone is getting something.
Dive under the tower here. Xiao Wei gonna be going in. Will end up taking the Ignite once again. Loda doesn't have the Stormhammer, but now they're gonna get the trap in. They're trying to go for something. The Warcry comes out. TPs come in as they want to get something done. MMY does have that Grave if worse comes to worse, but in the end, EGM just wandering out of here. Could get punished, but just gonna slither his way back to his Zen buddy.
That's great play from Alliance there. Good pressure. They force out the two TPs, and it's gonna mean that the TP is gonna be very scared right now because he just lost all his supports, and they are doing the right thing. Once the two supports TP towards top, S4 immediately goes back to the lane, understanding that TP is alone, so he's gonna be able to pressure him, and TP leaves the lane right now, musical lanes.
Yeah, I mean, he goes in, he figures, you know, all my supports are here, maybe we can get a kill. He has the Metamorphosis up, so we can actually apply a little bit of pressure to the tower.
No mana for Xiao Wei to stun. I mean, he's gonna have it soon. Okay.
They're going in, they land the arrow. Lotus in some deep doo-doo here. They follow up the pressure. First blood will come out, courtesy of the Dazzle Steel Bomb, and now the Metamorphosis continues. They are able to go lay a couple of clicks onto this tower, so overall, LGD spent a lot for that rotation, but it does pay off.
That was very, very crucial for them to be able to land that arrow. Without that arrow landing, it would be very difficult for them to get that kill. He landed without having the Slala set up for him, so it was very good play by Banana there, shooting the arrow from the trees, and right now they're going to be able to pressure the tower with the Aquila on, Metamorphosis on. Let's see if Alliance can defend its tower. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to.
I mean, they're going to be at the mercy of the creep wave coming in. I don't know how much they can really take. S4 comes in, he has himself a goal. He wants to go and he pulls it back.
This is really crucial. You have to be able to hold your tower against TB to prevent him from snowballing too hard. Like sometimes you see teams pick heroes like Lich just to stop that from happening. And in this game there's no Lich, so they have to commit heroes to be able to stop LGD from just taking a free tower.
I mean, if we look at what Bulldog's doing mid and what Tidehunter's doing mid, I mean, they're both getting crazy amounts of farm, but Bulldog just able to do a lot with that. Has himself 500 gold on top of his little Bear's Midas already. We're 6 minutes in.
Stacking Ancients as well. I mean, this matchup is just pretty much straightforward. Tidehunter is going to be getting his farm. Tidehunter is also stacking Ancients, and Lonjo is getting his farm. Like, both players will be just getting farm. Like, no one can pressure each other.
I mean, maybe he's got himself his level 6, so, you know, where and when does that Ravage get used? What priority does it have?
This game would be, I would say, very similar to the game he casted yesterday, where he's going to want to group up with his team with the next Metamorphosis, which is, I think, the best situation for him. You meta, you push the towers, and you get your Ravage ready for that fight, or you just react to the X, or maybe the Ogre being aggressive to your side lanes, and you TP and you rotate to help your team. And obviously you're gonna wait for the mech to come online on the Tide as well. I expect him to be the one building the mech for his team here.
Oh, sandwich in up top. A bit of EGM and a little bit of trouble. Maybe he's going in. Not gonna pop the Ravage for this one, but look at this tower. It's getting very, very low with these illusions. They might be able to finish it off. Fortify coming out. Meanwhile, down bottom, Xiao Wei taking a little bit of damage. The Stormhammer comes in, the Illuminate. Charged up fully. The Crush not gonna do anything for Xiao Wei. Just gonna be sneaking away. The Mana Leak coming out. So they're gonna buy themselves some time. But meanwhile, up top, tower crumbles.
At 7 minutes, finally they got the tower at top. They have Metamorphosis still up, so I expect them to make a move fairly soon again. They have Ravage, they have their big spells up.
He could be wrapping around towards this mid lane as Bulldog's sitting back, just saving up a big chunk of money. He's gonna fly himself in some boots.
They scouted out the stack here with the ward. They do have pretty good heroes to contest the ancient stack that Alliance have though. Like they have the Anchor Smash from Tide. They have Metamorphosis. You can also use the Metamorphosis to steal the stack if they feel like they can do it. With the Ravage, they have a very strong, like around this area, they have a very strong coverage of the AoE disable. So it's gonna be difficult for Alliance to take a fight around their Ancients area if LGD decides to commit to it.
Oh, wrap around here. The smoke rotation could be fruitful. They're looking for Ake here. They're looking for more Xiao Wei. May have to give his life for this. He responds by immediately going for the Crush. Maybe comes back in. Could land a double man Ravage. Will land a double man Ravage. And now Loda gonna be picked up. Perhaps once again. They immediately get the Keeper of the Light. They are able to follow up. Sven going down as well. This is big. Another Metamorphosis popped out for aggressive, and they are able to go through, securing a lot of pressure, if not the entire bottom tower. And that means more and more Roche control going the way of LGD.
They're gonna try and defend the mid lane as well. They're gonna send Xiao Wei onto the lane.
Oh, the bear goes down.
Did he get the light?
Radiant structures
got it. So right now, they're using their big spells very well. Ravage gets 2 kills, proceeds with Metamorphosis to gain an objective. So this is just the plan that LGD has in their lineup. They have to be able to do this and keep snowballing. Get the Roshan at some point, the Blink on Stada, and then they have all their items. They just keep forcing towers and objectives. Seems like they're gonna go for a Blink on the Tide instead of the mech on the Tide like I suggested. He's saving up a lot of gold. If he wanted the mech, he would have probably have gotten the small pieces.
Yeah, I mean, he's, also just sitting back cautiously. May just want to go for full Greaves, I guess. But I do think it's going to be the Blink. I think he just needs that extra bit of oomph to check into his
he
fights.
decides
Yeah.
otherwise. Okay. He goes for the mech right now.
Alright.
Because I'm thinking if he goes for the mech, Slada goes for the Blink, it feels much more natural for the overall team composition. Because no one else is going to build the mech for your team. You can't wait for the Dazzle to build the mech. Because he's going to take, he's a support. It's going to take a long time.
Alright, now maybe going in, cleaning up a triple
So it's gonna be the
stack of
armlet
Ancients.
as well on the Sven, and yeah, like you mentioned, maybe he's gonna clear his ancient stacks, and the ancient stacks of Alliance is. Wait, they did it just now, or with the axe? Yeah, axe was doing it previously. They still haven't cleared that, but LGD is just gonna wait for another 700 gold on the Tide so he completes his mech and the next Ravage. Maybe they're not even gonna wait for the mech. They are 35 seconds. For them to wait for their next Ravage. They could probably just go again soon. Metamorphosis 19 seconds. These are the 2 big spells to keep looking out for if you're LGD.
Alright, Ogre going in, popping out Ignites to keep him on a back.
Okay, he already has the okay, my bad. I thought he didn't have the recipe yet.
No, he's got it. He's got so much gold saved up.
They should just go now. They should just go now.
They're gonna try here. Bulldog coming in, waiting for that roar, not gonna pop it out just yet. We've got maybe coming in 5 seconds to Ravage. This could be huge if they force rotations in. You're gonna think it's still on cooldown. Oh my, we'll see if they're gonna be baiting it. But Alliance are perfectly content just to back off and deal with the Tower Blade onslaught onto the tier 2 towers already.
They're going for Roshan, like I mentioned with their lineup. I said 15 minutes, they're gonna go even earlier, minute 11 without the Blink on Slada, but this is gonna give the Blink to the Slada if he gets the last hit on the Roshan, if they give him the last hit. They have the mech completed on Tide, Metamorphosis, they just need the Blink on Slada.
This seems like exactly what LGD need to do to continue to execute. I mean, we are 11 minutes in the game, and it already seems like LGD are having a huge impact. In terms of overall net worth, it's not going to be that substantial, but the objectives going down are huge.
So, Tide gets the Aegis. I mean, I guess he's the frontliner, and since Terrorblade doesn't respond with the Metamorphosis anymore, it's better to give it to someone else.
And I think that's going to bridge the gap before Tide can get his Blink Dagger, just so we can kind of YOLO into these fights.
I'm thinking if it's even better for him to complete the Greaves first, because Greaves is pretty good against all the physical damage that they have on the Lone Druid and the Sven. But like you said, the Blink will be very crucial for counter-initiating fights. When the Axe blinks in to call one of your teammates, you can easily blink behind him and just ravage the heroes that are coming in to help the Axe.
Alright, so maybe looking around for something going up against S4, who, he has his Blink, he's got his Vanguard. What's Axe's next plan? Does he upgrade his boots? Does he go in for Crimson?
Crimson's pretty good versus the Illusions. It's a very good item against the TV, so I think that's a possible option for him. Probably one of his best options. The other option is like getting a 4-star so you can run around, kite around. Like for a hero like Axe, you blink in, you initiate, then you want a 4-star to get out. So that's also another option for him. Depends on what the team feels, if they need a 4-star or if they feel like we can take the head-on fight, we're gonna get a Crimson Guard, we're gonna pop the Crimson, we're gonna run in with the Sven and just fight them.
So for now, it seems like Alliance puts a lineup that had a lot of strong initiation, had a lot of hold, but they're kind of getting walked on at this point. Is this what LGD are doing to secure themselves an unwinnable advantage, or can Alliance definitely still turn this around?
I mean, the issue is like the Sven is not far ahead. Like you need to be able to be far ahead of your opponent if you're Sven. That's because they gave the ancient stack to the Axe. So the Sven doesn't have that burst of income. Like I said during the draft, when you pick Sven, you want to be able to get that first stack, get your level 11, get your 2 items, your Echo Saber Blink or Armlet, Blink, Echo Saber, then you fight.
Oh, aggressive could be in some serious trouble. The call.
Oh, they didn't get the call!
Through. I mean, they held on to it. Maybe they can go in and get the catch up. They are going to be going and getting that
Oh,
battle hunger,
no.
but aggressive just swaggering away.
And
Xiao
like
Wei
I said,
joins the party. Moonlight Shadow coming in. They're looking for something more. They've got this lift. They got the sprint if they need. The Blink Dagger is completed onto the slaughter. They're looking for something more. They will go into the War Cry to walk Sven away, but I mean, in the end, the Sentry is going to scout out Xiao Wei waiting in the wings, but Alliance are forced to cower under their tier 2. They are terrified of LGD.
yeah, and LGD chose to complete
Radiant's
the
bottom
Greaves on the
tower
Tide.
is under
Like I said, it's
attack.
very good against all the physical damage, and the reduced cooldown is very nice as well. So it's gonna make LGD's Fireman much more stronger right now. Can they even go high ground at this rate with, how long is the Aegis? They have another, what, 2 minutes on the Aegis? I'm thinking if they can
Radiant's
actually
bottom
force
tower
high ground with
is
this
under
tower, they're just
attack.
gonna just take one tower and just back off. They're very strong right now. They're 5 men.
I mean, there's no reason for them to stop. They're going to have Alliance kind of go and exerting a little bit of pressure onto mid, but, you know, at this
Nah,
point,
they're
it's
gonna go back, they're gonna go back. Slala's setting up.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
they're actually looking for the big engage here. If
Dire's
they get the
middle
title onto
tower is
Ravage,
under
that could be
attack.
something neat, but it seems like Alliance getting keen on that, backing themselves off.
That's light.
So they're gonna just proceed to removing all the other towers. There's still 2 towers in the mid lane, one more tier 2 at top lane before they go for the high ground siege where they would need the Manta style completed on Terrorblade, and the Blink obviously on the Tide as well. Those are the next 2 big items I feel for LGD.
Radiant's middle tower is
And
under
for Alliance,
attack.
it's just again same plan.
Radiant
Try to get a pick off, try to
structures
keep
are
getting more items. They're not really waiting for a
Dire's top
specific
tower
item so
is
they can
under
take a
attack.
fight. They're just looking to
Radiant's middle
draw out
tower
the game,
is under
keep on
attack.
farming. That's like the
Dire's
similar game plan like
structures
what they
are
had in the last game.
I mean, Sven feels really far behind here. He's got himself his
Yeah.
armlet, but sitting on brown boots,
Dire's
just
It's
trying to get that echo
Nowhere
saber.
near combat ready.
Radiant's
Yeah.
middle tower
I mean,
is
you look at
under
aggressive,
attack.
he's almost got his full kit online, going to be working towards that Manta. I mean, he's just feeling larger than life. He's got himself a minute to that metamorphosis. If they can kind of slow siege this tower,
Yes, Aegis.
yeah, I mean, he's just going to YOLO this if he really wants to. He's going to be swimming backwards, and well, now he's got no mana for Ravage, so has to be a little bit careful. Might just end up burning that Aegis to get himself full health, full mana. EGM going to be walking back on through, just keeping loaded nice and beefy with the Bloodlust, but it seems like Alliance are always just one step behind LGD. They TP to rotate and try to get some sort of defense going, but LGD just kind of back off. They're content with forcing rotations.
Yeah, Alliance, like you say, are just reacting towards what LGD is doing, and for LGD, they are right now dictating the pace of the game. They are making Alliance move around. They are forcing towers, making Alliance defend it. It's just what they have to do because again, Alliance have the lineup that is very good in late game, mid to late game. So LGD has to be the team on the aggressive side right now. They have to push. They have to make plays. They have to force the issue onto Alliance side, and they have to make sure that Alliance don't get too much out of the game right now before the game becomes difficult for them.
I mean, LGD is doing a phenomenal job keeping this Ancient Pit warded up. They've got a sentry in there right now, and it's just starving out the Sven. Sven really relies on Ancient stacks
Yeah,
and big
that's a good
neutral
point.
stacks to
That's
get back in this, and he's dying.
That's a very good point. That's very important. Like sometimes teams don't do enough against heroes like Sven. They can clear out the ancients very quickly, or a Tide Hunter, or sometimes you see another melee hero with Battle Fury or Empower, and teams not prioritizing and warding the ancients, and it's giving them so much gold and resource.
Oh, the scan comes out. They want to get something going down. Alliance looking to beat the aggressors here. They're trying to get
Oh,
something.
they got the courier.
Oh, they get the courier with a nice little dunk. They go in, looking for another call. They finally get in. Why the call? He's not going to go through a grave himself first. Just now, Banana falling down. They will be able to pick off another support as well. So both supports hit the deck. TP out. They are going to be able to get out the Terror Blade, but Alliance is putting themselves on the board finally after 17 minutes of no kills.
That coordination was immaculate. That was so good. He got the calling play, gave them the movement speed, ran up, saw the 2 supports, got the double call with the illuminate. Very well done by Alliance. Only criticism is they didn't manage to get. I don't think they have any wards. They don't have any wards, so they can't really get any deep wards down the LGD jungle. That would be perfect. If you smoke, you get a ward down the enemy territory, and then you get a kill. That's like the dream scenario from a smoke gang. But regardless, it's still a pretty good outcome for them.
Alright, so Slaughter, who got a nice early Blink Dagger, picking himself up a Midas here at 17 minutes in. How do you feel about that, Winter?
It's a good decision, I think. You want to keep scaling, and if you're not really feeling that you can end the game in say the next 10 minutes. Then you get the Midas is going to allow Slada to have even more items. Because usually Sladas, when you play this sort of game and you don't have Midas, you get a Blink Force or BKB or Blades. It's very difficult for you to scale later. But if you have a Midas, it makes the hero much more viable in terms of, say, after post-minute 35, 40 minutes, the hero has a lot more items and you're much more useful.
Alright, Loda going through. Again, still just not even a single Ancient to work with. If he wanted to get deep and invasive, he could go to the Dire, but it seems like he's just kind of walking around and starving and really not getting a whole lot of love. He's going to get brought down bottom.
I guess
maybe a couple of kills will ease his pain.
This is a result of having heroes taking your Ancient stack. Like the Axe took the first big stack, and you have Lone Druid. Lone Druid takes up a lot of farm, so it's going to come at a cost of one of your cores. Someone is going to have to suffer. And in this game, the Sven is the one that's suffering from it. He has the Blink Armlet Echo Saber kit that I was mentioning that it's gonna allow him to get ready for team fight. But right now, because he's far behind, he still needs to get his BKB against the Tide. Ravage is gonna destroy him if he doesn't have BKB. Ravage plus the stun from
Radiant's
the
top tower is under attack.
Yeah, I mean, so Sven's to-do list in terms of his farm and the items he absolutely needs is getting longer and longer and longer.
Yeah, they just need the game to just keep going so he gets his items.
So late game, Sven can outscale Terrorblade?
Yeah, because you cleave and you clear his illusions and you have a lot of bursts.
We've got maybe here, he's itching for the tentacles. Gonna be able to pop in pretty soon and he's gonna get the wraparound. Go in. Oh, they keep the stun off, they get the Fire Blast going. His S4 looking for something, they will pop up the moonlight.
He was looking for the dazzle. He needs to kill the dazzle first.
Maybe he's getting aggressive. Pop the gush into EGM, gets the anchor smash as well. Ake channeling up that really nice Illuminate, but not going to catch out onto anyone just yet. Shao 8 skirting around that, maybe still holding on to the Ravage. They are going to go in. They get a decent amount of damage on the bear. Going back in. They get the call coming forward. It's going to be something more. Loda going in. He's manning up. God strength.
Oh, the Thunder! Aggressive Thunder, the Slada, he saved his life!
Oh, that is fantastic. They have the Shallow Grave to keep him alive, although he's sitting kind of low. Shao 8 will be able to get out. That was beautiful play from Aggressive, but that does mean LGD have to back off.
Oh my god, that was like, what a player. What a player. The X animation was like going off with the ultimate and he got the Thunder off just in the nick of time to prevent the Culling Blade killing his teammate. Oh, he's going for the Radiance build actually on the Terror Blade. I've seen him do this before. He got Radiance Octarine Core on Terror Blade. I was like, oh my god.
Is that a build that's more viable into the late game against Sven?
It's gonna allow you to farm faster and split push. You play it like Alchemist. So against Sven, I would say the meta build is probably better in terms of fighting right now. But if they are feeling like, because they went for like Midas on Slada, so you can tell like LGD feels like we can't end the game right now because they have Portal and we need to take it late game. So they're going for Radiance on Terrorblade and they're going for Midas on Slada. It's like a general thing that you can see from the whole team where they have the idea that they need to bring this late game.
Bulldog getting a little bit YOLO there. This could be a blink up from the high ground for maybe S4 to follow up. Goes in, gets the Battle Hunger onto maybe. The Greaves keep him nice and healthy. And Ake goes in. Manali maybe is just getting surrounded upon triple man. Gang coming back in. Oh, he gets the off between Lego and the axe as well. Zhao Wei goes in, gets the precious all things out. And the Archer is being not a ton of going for something, but pulled right through that shallow grave. That's the strength of the axe. Gets it out. Goes in. Gonna get the call on MMY as well. Look at that damage coming out. Finally, Alliance showing their stripes, getting something done.
Initiation got the jump and LGD was not ready and they got probably the most important hero of LGD in terms of team fight, the Ravage, then the Greaves. He popped the Greaves early to remove the Battle Hunger, then he got caught and then he was basically screwed after that.
The back match, they're gonna have S4 going in, wanting to make a little bit more space. Follow up Loda onto Aggressive, and they got the Moonlight Shadow, they have the vision, the arrow gonna kiss out S4 point blank. Slither away from the Slardo, they're gonna try to outlast this. The Savage Roar coming in, Aggressive gonna stun himself. Looks like they have no idea where he's at though. Yeah, no detection, ends up costing them a really, really big kill.
That is very, very unfortunate for them. They should have at least one like detection on their supports. And there's no reason not to. You're playing against a Mirana. There's no excuse for that. Like you said, that was a big kill that they did not get because of the lacking of in terms of detection. But I mean overall Alliance, they got a kill on the Tide, kept farming on all their cores, and Sven is getting near towards his BKB. He has 1400 gold plus overclock, halfway there. So yeah, everything looking good for Alliance once more. If they can get towards the point where they get BKB on Sven, and maybe even BKB on... I guess BKB on the bear won't be so necessary right now. Maybe somewhere down the road.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Alright, just looking around at what everyone's
Dire's
picking up here.
bottom
Looks like
tower
Axe is
has
saving up a
fallen.
big chunk of pennies. I mean, do you think he's going to go for that Force Staff, or is that going to be like a BKB to help him survive a little bit more?
BKB is pretty good in this game, even for the Axe itself. Since he didn't choose to go for the Crimson Guard, BKB is a good option as well for him. So he can go in and initiate.
Alliance going to go recall right to the Roche pit. They are going to be under no dire vision.
They didn't know.
Back over there.
Does Dire know? That's the question. Are they going to smoke up and no, they don't know. They are not aware. Oh, they scan. They use the scan.
Yep, they use the scan, and it does reveal here. This is the dire vision right now that you're seeing, and they're going to be moving in. They rotate up immediately. Smoking coming in. Zhao Wei leads the turn. He's got the blink. He's got the call. Oh my! That is a quick Roshan going the way of Loda.
Radiant's top tower.
But they're still going to go in regardless.
They've got to. They've got maybe there. He's going to be going in spray that suggests but keeps going to Ravage Loda, but the long range stronger on the Zhao Wei. S4 going to be going in the Savage War to buy some time. Maybe still sitting back, threatening that Ravage constantly, but we haven't actually seen the tentacles for a long time. Aggressive pops into the Metamorphosis Storm, doing some serious damage to S4, who pops into the Blade Mail, trying to get something done to call there to give himself some extra armor, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Goodbye, S4. And now Greaves to heal up the rest of LGD. So, Aegis on Loda trading for an Axe, is that still worth it?
Yeah, it's worth it for them. Because that should have been LGD's Roshan if you ask me. They're on Dire side, they have Slada, so that should have been their Roshan. And getting that Roshan is a big bonus for Alliance. It's gonna help them, number one, prolong the game, give them more time to farm, and even allow them to have the option to take a team fight with the Aegis if they feel that they're strong enough. Loda pretty much almost has his BKB. Gonna barely connect with the arrow there onto Loda.
Radiant's middle tower.
Alright, so sitting back nice and passive. It looks like LGD able to go and continue to crack objectives, and Terrorblade's getting what he needs to, but is this fast enough for LGD? I mean, they have to go in and be ultra aggressive, ultra pushy, and not allow Alliance any wiggle room. Are they doing a good enough job?
Well, losing their Roshan is a big blow for them, so I think that right now they're doing what they can, but it's very difficult right now because Alliance has Aegis. You don't really want to take a bad team fight and you lose because the opponent has Aegis. So they're gonna have to wait for, I mean, the safest way is to wait for the Aegis to expire and then find a time if you want to smoke, take a team fight. So the next few minutes has to be very, very carefully planned by LGD. They do not want to take a head-on team fight where the Aegis could be a big advantage for Alliance. They need to pick a good fight, maybe kill a hero somewhere, back off, wait for the Aegis to expire and then take a big team fight.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the overall net worth advantage is pretty heavily in favor of Alliance, and, you know, what does LGD have to do to really secure this? Is it bust high ground or withstand a nice Alliance team fight, or what?
Pick off, like similar to last game, but they don't have the bat, so it's gonna be much more difficult. They do have Slada, which can run around quicker. They don't have Shadow Demon, which scales super well last game as a support. This game they have a Mirana and Dazzle. So their late game is not as good as compared to the first game. I think Alliance is in a much better position in this game compared to the last game. So they have to be able to, you know, press for their advantage, get more pickoffs with the Slada if they can.
And they're looking to drop everything on the Bear. They keep the amp damage. Bear just sitting there in the corner. They are going to be able to go through, and it looks like the 300 gold does go the way of the Marana with the Starstorm, and that's going to be able to put her up. She's finishing on her Aghanim Scepter, so support Marana will start to be bringing in a decent amount of damage, yeah.
Well, she needs like maybe 10-15 minutes to farm to get 2 items to be useful. So I don't know if they have enough time for that. They're gonna TP more heroes.
Going in a rapid connect onto 3 heroes, 4 heroes, and then looking for Ake gets healing up to keep there, and that's gonna be the end of one. They're really battling her popped out, maybe. It's some serious improvement that have this time they got protection. They are able to go in and put the Tidehunter down. They're looking for more here. Lotus continuing to chase Banana in serious trouble. Look at him go. Mirana just completely destroyed, and Zhao Wei looking to storm up to the high ground. That's gonna be the Bear going back into something no aggressive. Him and his teammates popping down. That's being a really good job. S1 is a double kill. Really nice work from Alliance. They're looking for everything here. The Tier 3 tower, rather.
They're gonna lose
falling down.
on that.
I agree doing everything. This is Herblin is all alone. I don't think he's gonna be enough to hold this. He's just scampering around towards the high ground on the top. He's just bailing out. The rocks back towards the mid.
Everyone alive as well. Oh my god.
Look at the heal coming in. It's daytime and they're soaking in the sun. There's gonna be another melee rack going down for sure. They pop into the Stormhammer, they pop in the Fire Blast. It's an illusion. And this is Alliance all of a sudden saying, we are here, we are ready to get these racks, we're ready to win a game. And they're just dealing with these Terrorblade illusions one by one. There's nothing that Terrorblade can do up against this. He's just trying to go farm. Again, he fought back. So he is just going to be sitting back very miserable as the rest of his team now slowly respawns one by one.
That was very questionable by LGD why they felt like they could have taken that fight. And it was also against the Aegis, like I said. It was very dangerous for them to take a team fight. I was expecting them to make the safe play, wait for the Aegis to expire. Like even then, that was not a very good initiation from them. He got a very good ravage, but his team was like nowhere near to follow that up. Like Terrorblade was not near to dish out damage. Slada wasn't there to follow up. He was just like over. Remember when I say this team usually puts maybe on a carry hero instead of like a tempo hero? This is why like he's not very comfortable in a hero like this.
Yeah, I mean it's really tough for LGD. Now we have MMY picking up the headdress. Is that going to be going into a pipe?
I don't think it matters that much anymore. LGD are very far behind. I mean he can go for a pipe, but I don't feel like it's gonna like change the whole face of the game. I mean it's great versus the Quarter Blast and the Radiance Burn, whatnot, but it's not gonna change too much of the game. He might go for a Force Star. Force Star could be much more useful. You need to be able to kite the Sven and the Lone Druid. You need to allow the Terrorblade to have some time to get his Sunder off.
Alright, Bear's going to be picking up a Basher, so scaling this time into more of the Abyssal build instead of that MKB from last time. And Bulldog himself sits on that Radiant, or the Vladimir's offering.
Yeah, this is looking grim for LGD right now. Alliance just took a...
Oh, look at that net worth jump. They're almost 20,000 now in favor of
This is really difficult for LGD. They were waiting for that refresher the last before they take another big team fight. He was trying to get towards it, but then he got a plate mail, so he's going for Lotus ult. He's gonna deal with the mana leak like the last game when he was on Timber. He got the Lotus ult, and you could reflect some of the single target spells, the stun from Ogre and the Sven. But overall, right now LGD is in a very bad position.
I mean, if they've got one Hail Mary team fight left, and then what does that look like, and is it going to be enough?
Big Ravage into Slada Crush follow-up, Arrow, double Starstorm, I guess. That's their best bet. But right now, Alliance do they have another BKB? Yeah, they have 2 BKBs on their team. And Kotal is very unlikely to get hit in that combo because he's going to be sitting far behind. So it's only the Lone Druid and the Ogre that you're going to be hitting. So it's gonna be very difficult for LGD unless Alliance makes a mistake and they got jumped, they don't see the tide coming, they didn't pop their BKBs and they get followed up by Slada Crush and Terrorblade destroys them. If that doesn't happen, it's very hard for me to see LGD being able to win a team fight right now in their position. They're really far behind.
I mean, it looks like LGD trying to sit back and get themselves a little bit more farm, maybe work towards their next items, but the longer they wait, it seems like the beefier Alliance are going to get.
Yeah. The longer they wait, the game gets a lot harder for them. Right now it's already very hard, so for them it's more about getting whatever remaining items they can complete and just take a team fight. If that doesn't happen for them, okay, GG. So they have to try to finish whatever. I guess there's only 1-2 items they can finish right now. Probably the BKB on Slada and the Lotus Orb on Tide. Like even the BKB on Slada is really far off.
Yeah, I still gotta go through, buy himself the hammer, buy himself the recipe.
Terrorblade can't really finish any items right now. He doesn't have enough because he has the buyback. So I don't know, man. It's like they need so many more items to be able to take a fight, and they don't have enough time for that. I don't think Alliance will allow them to have time to get those items.
I mean, look at Loda just clearing out this wave. He's going to be going towards his own heart, so he's going to be virtually immortal. And that means he's just able to sit on the front lines of this fight, cleaving away like it's no big deal. And I mean, unless LGD land the Sunder of a lifetime, there's really no way they can cut through
even
that.
a Satanic is fine for this game. Yeah. But even if he lands, okay, he lands a perfect Sunder. But if his teammates already like died, it's still he can't really carry the team fight alone. He needs everyone to stay alive. But right now, Alliance have a lot of like all their heroes do a lot of damage. Lone does a lot of damage. Sven obviously does a lot of damage, and even the Kotal and Axe do a fair amount of damage to their team.
Radiant's top tower.
Alright, S4 going in, doesn't want any more nonsense. They end up losing their final tier 2 tower, and there's only one more little tier 2 standing up in the entire map. Little guy, you can do it, but unfortunately that means that LGD have just kind of run out of exterior objectives to push themselves ahead in terms of farm. They've got to go high ground or bust now.
Okay, so they have the force stuff on the Dazzle. You know, I'm thinking maybe, I know I mentioned the Lotus Orb, but I feel like if they want to have a better chance of winning a team fight, they need double Ravage. So maybe that's a better option for the Tide in this situation, but he does not have enough gold for that yet. And Roshan is up.
Going back in, but blink away. No one wants anything to do with this, but the smoke is still gonna hold. They kind of have their little courier.
He goes for the shield.
Just gotta go for, oh, they get the blink in here. This is be very miserable. They go into the PKBs. It's not gonna be enough here. They get maybe stunned up. The active stuff rush. Time to cull. Comes through. The culling blade doing some serious work for S4, and that's gonna be a dead Tidehunter.
That was
60 seconds, no buyback.
That's such a good play from Lone June. He managed to use his Savage Roar just in the nick of time to stop the Ravage from going off after the Kraken proc, and so he couldn't get his Ravage. But either way, I think he's gonna die anyway, so that was a big pick off by Alliance. They're gonna be able to get the Roshan. There's 3 Roshan for them.
Yeah, they're not gonna test that without the Tidehunter.
He went for a Shield. I don't think the Shield is getting too much. They need more, like a bigger item like Defender. Regardless, LGD is in a very bad position. A big deficit. Take it on to the axe. Should be pretty straightforward for Alliance right now. Just 5 men down, top lane, get the mega creeps, end the game.
Yeah, it is going to be that Satanic coming the way of Sven, so he's basically got like 3 lives. He's so tanky. He can just lifesteal back up. Again, he can continue to frontline. And over here, we're going to have the TP coming back in as there's going to be a blink away. The rest of Alliance moving in, looking to just finally end the game. If they lock down aggressive here, that's going to be pretty grim. He does have 5 lives.
He's doing Octarine call.
I mean, you called it out earlier, that Radiant's Octarine build, but it seems like that's a build you go for when you're already in a really good position.
Yeah, in this position, I don't think so. They need MKB. They need MKB on him because there's a Solar Crest on Ogre and there's the Radiance Burn, the miss chance there. So, I mean, he's not going to be able to effectively output damage without the MKB.
And we've got this final exterior tower of the game getting chunked down there, just munched away. And they're going to be looking to break and get the final lane of Rax. I don't think that LGD have plans to hold up against Mega Creep, so it's probably now or never. This is going to be their last big defense. They've got the spells they need. They've got the Ravage.
And this is their best chance. Playing from behind, hopefully they get 2-3 man Ravage at least. Follow up with a stun from Stardar and finish them off with Terrorblade.
Everyone's sitting around, they're going around from the back, they're looking for the catch here to get Octane stunned up, but a genius Savage Roar, Xiaowei just getting peeled apart. Oh golly, that looks like a hurt. They get the call here onto aggressive, there's not much he can do, he cannot get up with Thunder, he's going to be dropping down, he does fight back, he's not going to 2, there's going to be a nice Ravage being connected with everyone's Starstorm. He was curious if they are able to back into the light once again, but maybe, he's still up, he's still fighting, he gets the Greaves off, they're looking for something more, it's loading, he's going to be going back in, they get the Greaves come up, getting back in, oh the call, the shallow grave, not really any defensive, this aggressive, he's still up, he's trying to spin around and get dive back for this. We cannot go down here, we cannot afford that banana getting caught out after a nice Starstorm, they're getting crushed off, but it's cut up, calls down, quickly GG, as they just can't bring any more damage to this fight. There will be the Aegis popped down on the axe, but the GG comes out, there's nothing left, LGD get ripped apart by Alliance. What a great showing we got to see.
Yeah, that Roshan steal was very, very crucial for Alliance. Being able to slow down like the LGD's overall momentum in the game. And I think the other thing that LGD has to go back after this game is to think about whether they should put maybe on a tempo, like a pace hero.